Hey everybody, it's Emily here from Emily Rose Apiaries, and today I'm going to show you one of the basic tasks of a beekeeper. First thing we always do is light a smoker when we get to a bee yard. So I'm going to show you how I do that and talk about some of the different ways and different fuels you can use in your smoker. So it's really windy today, so I hope the audio is okay. I might have to refilm this or put a voiceover or something, but anyways. So the fuel that I like to use currently is this hamster bedding. You can buy this at any pet store. It's reasonably cheap. This thing has lasted me so far all year, and it's June now, so it's not a bad expense. You can also use dried needles, like pine needles. You can also buy commercially available smoker fuel, including cotton, untreated cotton. Works really well, makes a nice clean, relatively cool smoke. So the first thing you want to do, you'll probably have leftover smoker fuel in your smoker, so of course you want to empty that out. Hive tool works best for that. Keep your hands nice and clean. I always like to kind of shake the smoker, make sure I get a lot, especially with this fuel type, because there's little bits in it. It does tend to kind of block the airways that are in the smoker that allow the flame and the smoke to be produced in a good volume. So I like to scrape it out, shake it. I also like to blow the bellows while it's upside down. Give it a shake, blow it again, get all those little bits out. That'll help your smoker work really well. So let me just show you what came out. There's what came out. Now, this was lit yesterday, so I know it's totally extinguished. There's no fire, no coal, no nothing going on in there. If I had any concern at all, I like to bring water to wash my hands, and I'd pour some water on top of those. And if you live in a dry environment or there's a fire risk in your area, always a good idea to put water on your used smoker fuel, even if it's been sitting overnight. Sometimes it can sort of reignite, and you definitely don't want that, especially if you're near a vehicle or some area that's susceptible to fire. So I use newspaper, and of course I need a lighter, which naturally I've left in my truck. Let me grab that. Okay, so I use newspaper to get the fire started. You can also use little paper bags like you'd get from Tim Hortons in my area, or Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. Those work really well. But yeah, newspaper works the best, I find. So grab newspaper, light it. If it's really windy, you can sort of light the lighter with this finger, put it inside and light, so that it's sort of blocking the wind. You can also light it right by your tire of your vehicle. That helps too, if it's windy like it is today. I might have to wait for this wind to die down for a second here. There we go. Alright, so the newspaper is nice and lit. There's a good flame going. So the reason I like newspaper, especially with this fuel type that I use, is when I put it on, the newspaper keeps that fuel up and above where the flame is. And I've done that too slow because I'm trying to explain while I'm doing it here. So what you do, let me set this down. Okay, so I've got my newspaper, so I light the newspaper. Man, this wind is killing me. This is the worst day to try to film this video. Alright, so I've lit the newspaper, it's got a fire going, I'm setting it in there, letting the flame build up, and then I'm gently taking a handful of these shavings and I'm pumping the bellows while I drop those shavings in. And you really want to, once that flame is going, you really pump the bellows a lot. Now the key with getting your smoker going really well and making sure that it's going to last you a long time is to really pump those bellows, especially the first 5-10 minutes. It's really easy for this to go out within that period of time, that initial period while your fuel is catching. So really pump it, get lots of smoke going. Now, when you first light it, I fill the chamber with fuel, but I don't compress it. And that's really important because, of course, while the flame's building, you want that really good oxygen flow. But as you work, as your smoker gets hotter and it starts burning through that initial layer of fuel, it's going to burn a little bit too much. And at that point, when it starts getting really hot or you get tons of smoke, refill your chamber and compress it down. And then again, pump for a good couple of minutes to keep it going. That's gonna make it last the longest and get you your most efficient burn of your fuel. So this is going really well. You can see I filled the chamber up. These are those hamster shavings, hamster bedding, not hamster shavings. So now that I've got the chamber full and it's going, and I'm gonna keep pumping this for a few minutes. With this particular fuel type and any type of fuel that tends to fly out of your smoker while you're smoking, because this is loose material, grab a little handful of grass or a couple of leaves, and you need 2 hands for this. Roll it up, set it on top like that, so that the grass is going to prevent those flakes and those pieces from flying out onto your bees and upsetting them. Okay, so there you go. That's how you light your smoker. Don't forget, keep pumping it, get it going really, really well. And then when you inspect your colonies, of course, it just takes a couple of good puffs before you can pull out your frames to inspect your bees. Hope you guys found this helpful. I hope the wind wasn't too bad, it wasn't too disorganized, and check out my channel, subscribe. I'm going to have some more useful beekeeping, introductory beekeeping tips coming up in the near future. Thanks a lot for watching.